Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Solutions Lab. I'm Chris Phillips. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today, we're going to be talking about a new era of video conferencing, unleashing the latest in AI revolutions on you guys. To do that, we have some great speakers here from Yealink. Start us off, we have Kevin Cheng. Kevin, how's it going?
That's great. Nice to meet you, Chris.
Pretty good. We have Amanda Stewart. She's a channel specialist with Microsoft. Amanda, how's it going?
Hi, thanks for having me. Good to see you.
That's fine. We also have Bill Newman. He's a senior sales engineer with Yealink. Bill, how's it going?
Very good, very good. Glad to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you, and we're glad to have everyone here that is watching today. If you guys have any questions, if you're a viewer and you have any questions for about anything you see or for any of the presenters here today, we will be taking questions throughout the broadcast. You can ask those questions in the window that I just highlighted. If we can get them in during the presentation, we will. If not, we will do all the remaining questions at the end of the broadcast. But we have actually a ton of stuff to talk about, 3 great speakers to do that. So I don't want to waste too much time. I'm going to push this over to Ken and we can get started, or Kevin, sorry, and we can get started.
Yeah, thank you so much, Chris. All right, so as I'm Kevin from Yealink, so today I will go through all the new technology about video conferencing and also with the Microsoft Teams rooms and also with the Yealink service. That's why Amanda is here, I was here, and also Bill is here. So firstly, I believe a lot of companies, they are not so familiar with us. So I will take like 2 minutes to introduce Yealink to you guys, and then we'll go to the Microsoft new technology and the AI functions. Here we go. So
Seems like we've lost Kevin. You're back.
Okay. So we spend a long time to be the top 1 SIP phone supplier all over the world. Then we spent over 5 years to be the top 5 of the video conferencing all over the world. So that is how Yealink growing in the last 22 years. Then recently, Yealink put a lot of effort to our facilities, to our factories, and also for our customer experience center all over the world. Then there are some numbers. So to be honest, Yealink now is the biggest company in Xiamen city, and now our market capacity is over 10 billion. And then every year in the last 8 years, every year we got 33% annual growth rate. So it's horrible. And then the last one is about R&D investment increase. So every year we put 10% of total revenue to the R&D, right? So that makes us a lot of market number, top one in the SIP phone, and top 5 in the video conferencing, top 5 in the headsets revenue. All right. So then there's some in every industry and the users, we have very great case study that work with them. So that show our abilities to the end users. Then just to give you a very brief introduction about our fully product overview. So the first one, video conferencing. From huddle room to extra large room, we all have. Then about our headsets, then about our SIP phone. So that is all we get about our production lines. So that's easy, but it's for almost one stop for unified communication and video conferencing. So this is the first part. If you scan this QR code, in the end, it will give you chance to win our free meeting board 810 and also the Amazon gift card as a gift. All right. So this is the first round. We have 3 more rounds in the end. All right. So then we'll hand over to Amanda to introduce the Microsoft new technology.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Kevin. Hi, everybody. If I haven't met you yet, my friends out there in webinar land, my name is Amanda Stewart, and I manage North American distribution channels here at Microsoft, specifically for the Microsoft Teams Rooms category. But today we're going to have a little bit more of a holistic conversation, starting with Microsoft AI. And I'm going to try to simplify that messaging a little bit for everybody so that you can have a good, simple strategy for explaining that to your customers. And then we're going to find out a little bit more about how Microsoft AI is going to help us drive devices through our partners like Yealink. So I think I have 10 or 12 minutes. There's a lot of information to share around Microsoft AI, so I'm just going to dive in. Feel free to interject anytime with questions, and our moderators will help get those answered for us today. So I love this slide, one, because I love data. I love looking at market trends. I'm really data driven. So this slide is important because it really gives us an understanding of the speed to market for tools that fall under that AI umbrella of solutions like ChatGPT. So historically, new technology, when it's diffused into the marketplace, there is a gradual slope towards adoption to reach 100 million users. If you look at what mobile phones, that took them 16 years, so very gradual slope. The internet took 7 years to reach 100 million users, and about half that time for Facebook to reach that adoption, but it only took ChatGPT 3 months to reach 100 million users. So the dynamic of the speed to market and the diffusion is like we've never seen before. It's a vertical line. So there's no more gradual or even steep slopes to adoption. It is a vertical line. And that helps us understand that this is really something different. This is, something that we're not used to in terms of speed and change and rapid deployment and, accelerated adoption. So while that spectacle is happening, in the industry and in the technology market, we have seen our own rapid changes in the physical meeting spaces in the physical office. So on one hand, in every different type of industry across, the entire globe, leadership wants more productivity. They want more strategic problem solving. They want faster, more creative innovation. And while they have those expectations, we're seeing these new trends like modern work and hybrid work, for example, taking place, and we're all trying to get familiar with what that means and used to those new environments. So, but on the other side of that coin, we have employees everywhere who are suffering from what we call digital debt. So that meaning they're burned out, right? So they're trying to maintain the fastest, and amount of productivity that we've ever had before. And we're trying to maintain that pace, just consuming the amount of information and emails and notifications, not to mention the number of meetings we have every day, which, by the way, has tripled in 3 years' time. And it's the new baseline. So we're never going to go back to having fewer meetings a day. We're locked in at this new number of meetings that we have every day. So if we're overwhelmed and we're suffering from digital debt and we're trying to maintain this productivity and this pace of work, how can we be innovative? If you're anything like me, I'm struggling every day, just barely keeping my head above water, trying to meet the basics of what my job requires from me. What I really want to do is create impact and drive results for those key objectives that I was hired to do. But I can't. I want to be innovative and I want to focus on those, but I'm really struggling with just, like I said, keeping my head above water, trying to answer emails and maintain expertise of the hundreds of emails that I get every day on new AI solutions that I need to really, be an expert in. So AI is going to be the tool that unlocks this problem for us. It is going to eliminate a lot of this busy work, or what I call zero value tasks that I have to do every day, so that I can focus on the high value tasks, which is going to lead me to be, more innovative and more strategic, which will make my directors happy, right? So, so we're trying to figure out how do we leverage AI to help us with that, and what does that really mean? In the last slide, I'll just click back really quickly. So this is a list of the highest number or the highest rated priorities that employees will give to AI. So they need AI to help them simplify. They need it to help them discover. We need AI to help us create because we don't have a lot of time to, create content of our own. And we certainly, every day we find ourselves staring at blank emails or blank documents or blank PowerPoint presentations, and we have to create this content from scratch every time. So I think the priorities for AI are clear, and I think a lot of the use cases for AI is clear. We can probably all dream up pretty quickly, at least 10 tasks that we have to do every day that we would love AI to do for us. So while the use cases and priorities are clear, AI, I think in general, is still pretty conceptual for a lot of people. There are still so many people that haven't used ChatGPT or understand how they would use it, how to write a good prompt, for example. So what I'm all that is to say is that it seems complex and it seems conceptual, but it isn't. A lot of these tools are coming to market right now and are available. So to simplify, where AI exists at Microsoft is in the Microsoft Cloud. And this is a platform that millions of people are using all day, every day. They understand how to use the cloud. They understand all of the different pieces to the Microsoft Cloud pie that's on the slide here. And what's really important is that they understand that it's built on trust. So our priority at Microsoft is to come to market as the leader in privacy and security and organizational compliance. And it has always been that way with Microsoft. And our approach to AI is no different. And that's really important because as organizations and individuals begin to adopt tools like ChatGPT, that trust and security is top of mind for business owners. In fact, and you may work for an organization that did this quite early on when ChatGPT was coming to market, a lot of organizations blocked it and said, you cannot use ChatGPT because they were concerned that employees might inadvertently put their data at risk and their intellectual property. ChatGPT is, it's a learning model. And so it's constantly learning based on the information that you're giving it. And if that information is confidential or commercial, or I guess I should say non-commercial grade tools like ChatGPT could potentially use that information you're giving it to build its database of information and be giving that information out to anyone else who's using ChatGPT. So I mentioned the Microsoft Cloud as where, the point where this AI is going to reside because it is secure. So when you use Microsoft's enterprise ChatGPT, it's a private commercial grade platform. So your partners, your customers understand that their data is their data. That data is not being used to build the language model. You can't even, right now, I use Microsoft Enterprise Chat Bing internally, and I can't even copy and paste information out of it into an email. So if I do a search in Enterprise Bing for, I don't know, what's, the latest announcements in AI from Microsoft, it will not allow me to copy and paste that information anywhere else. Even if I use it for something that's not Microsoft related, if I just say, hey, I'm going on a road trip, what are the must-see places to have dinner? I can't copy and paste that information either because it's secure. So we're really working to make sure that our customers and partners understand that when Microsoft builds AI solutions, we are doing it from the cloud so that it is secure and trusted and private. Moving on, so Microsoft 365 Copilot, I say that Microsoft is the Baskin Robbins of Copilot because it just feels like we have 31 flavors of Copilot. I don't think we're there yet, but it feels like we're getting close. So Microsoft 365 Copilot is probably one of the top tools that you may have heard of from Microsoft in terms of AI solutions. But what is it? So it's built like a large language model. It's built with the power behind a large language model, but it also uses all of your data. So when every day, my emails, my Teams meetings, my Teams chats, my SharePoint information, my OneNotes, my Excel spreadsheets, my Word documents, et cetera, et cetera. Copilot is sitting next to me in every single one of those business applications, and it's compiling this information for me. So if I have a project called, the Yealink go-to-market strategy, in at the end of this quarter, if I need to create a summary or a proposal or a presentation based on everything that we did with Yealink this quarter, Copilot is going to do that for me. I just have, at the click of a button, I can tell Copilot, or ask it nicely, please put together a proposal based on every activity that we did with Yealink this quarter and what the outcomes were and what the next steps should be. And truly, it's at the click of a button. So I didn't have to go back and research and compile all that information from all of those various business applications. It's smart enough to know it's just going to sit in all those business applications for me. And it isn't just going to summarize all the information that I give it. It's going to look for additional insights. So it might suggest, hey, it looks like you did these 3 activities. It might be a good idea to consider this new market segment for next quarter. Or the results of this call were really great. Perhaps you should elaborate on this idea. Or maybe we have a new marketing meeting coming up. It will summarize new ideas that it has based on the information that I've given it. So it's going to generate insights based on the data that I'm giving it. So not only is it just taking care of the busy work, in addition to that, it's creating new ideas and sparking innovation for me, so that we're staying, innovative and strategic. So I don't know if I can play this video. I have a video in this deck. It's like a 1.5-minute long video. I'm going to put the link in the chat so everybody can watch this. If you haven't seen Copilot in action, this is one specific example of a flavor of Copilot at Microsoft. It's Copilot for Teams meetings. If you just play the video, 90 seconds, you'll be, light years smarter and more educated about Copilot, because you'll be able to see it in real time and understand this is how Copilot is going to help me just in an everyday Teams meeting, which we're all in all day, every day, multiple times a day. So you can go back and watch that when you have time. The next slide. Okay, so that's really high level about Microsoft AI. Where does it sit? Is it trusted and compliant? What are some of the use cases and priorities? And then what I want to, before I hand it back over to Kevin, is talk a little bit about how this is going to help us sell devices, and why do we need devices, and more than ever in this time of AI. And the example that I like to give is, if I am at my desk using my my desktop for the majority, maybe let's say 80% of my daily work, and it's emails and it's Teams meetings from my desktop and it's chat. Even if just 20% of my day is spent in a physical meeting room, I am going to expect and anticipate that I'm going to have the same AI tools and capabilities and features and benefits in that physical meeting room as I would if I was joining a Teams meeting from my desk. So for example, if we're in a Teams meeting, I'm sure you've all been in one before, you know that you can raise your hand. You can click the raise hand button. You can see the chat while also seeing the content from the presenter. You can see the list of attendees. So even if you can't see their face, on the list of attendees who have real estate on the screen, you know that person's in the meeting. And you can also see a list of people that were invited to the meeting but may not have been able to join. If I join a Teams meeting from my physical meeting room, conference room B, if I am not using a native Microsoft Teams room device that is built on all of the same AI technology that would allow you to use Copilot, for example, I am not getting any of those benefits. So I maybe can join the Teams meeting, but I will not be able to see the list of attendees. I'm only going to know who's in the call if their face is on the screen. I won't be able to see the chat unless I bring my computer in and I'm trying to keep up with it that way. I won't be able to see if a virtual attendee raises their hand. And really, this is the critical factor for me, because I use Copilot in conjunction with meeting transcription to help me leverage AI, and I'll elaborate on that. If there's 10 people with me in conference room B, and we're in a Teams meeting, and 15 additional sites that have joined that meeting are virtual, if I'm in the physical meeting room and I ask a question, how is transcription going to know that it was Amanda that asked a question? It wouldn't, unless I was using a native Microsoft Teams Rooms device from our partner like Yealink. And then if it assigns me a name to the question in the transcription, AI tools like Copilot can actually leverage that data when it's creating a summary for the next steps. So, for example, if we're in a meeting room and I ask a question and we decided that we're going to schedule a call out for 1 week from now to review the next steps of that meeting, Copilot will say, Amanda asked XYZ. These are the people that agreed with her concern or her suggestion. And this is the next step for Amanda based on that. So I can see all of that data, that intelligence and data, when I go back and pull a Copilot summary from that meeting. And that's one tiny example of why I would want to use a native Microsoft Teams Rooms device in a meeting room, just for one flavor of Copilot. Okay, so extrapolate that, and we start talking about facial recognition, voice recognition, speech recognition, intelligent IntelliFrame. So even if there's 10 people around my conference room table, Teams is going to give each of us a square on the monitor. So we're not looking at a bowling alley, anymore. We can actually see up close each participant that's in that physical meeting room. And that's better for collaboration for those people that are on the virtual attendee list. So there are so many reasons why AI is going to help us just be productive and engaged day to day, but we really have to consider as well all the long list of reasons why it is critical that we consider the endpoints while we are considering our strategy to deploy a sustainable AI environment to help us be productive. You have to consider in parallel the devices like the Microsoft Teams meeting room or the Windows device or the Windows PCs that you're using are going to be the connecting point to allow people to leverage tools like Copilot and AI. And if we don't have those native or updated or refreshed devices, we can't leverage AI, and we're really not going to get the full benefits of it. So it is impossible to summarize all of Microsoft AI points and highlights in under 15 minutes, but I think that is enough to kind of be a little bit of a sizzle reel. So I'll stop there and I'll hand it back over to my friends at Yealink, and I'll put the video that I mentioned in the chat so you guys can watch it when we're finished here.
Thanks a lot, man. This is very surprised. So because as you know, Yealink is an OEM supplier for Microsoft. That's why I'll let you know how to get the AI features in the devices. I will show you that point. So that's very important. You can get actual show how it works. So in the beginning, I was choosing about AI features of all the video conference history of Yealink. So the first generation AI feature, which we only have the audio technology, and the second generation, we got the intelligent noise cut, we got the auto framing and speak tracking normal, and now is the AI 3.0. We have the intelligent crime, we have the people recognition, we got the AI audio as well. So we'll go details. All right, so this is a device that I think that Amanda mentioned about intent frame and the people recognition, and also integration with the Copilot device. That's called Smart Vision 60. So it's a 360 camera, and and there was an AI microphone and AI camera on that. So why we need AI microphone and AI camera? So the camera and microphone will recognize you by your voice and your face when you join the meeting. When you enter in the meeting room, so the camera and the microphone can recognize you by your voice and picture. That can show your name on the meeting, show your name in the meeting. Then when we integrate with the Copilot, so the Copilot can typically say, know who is saying something. So after the meeting end, they will give you a meeting summary, will give you a recap, will give you a task list. So you will release a lot of energy to make note, to remember the note on the meeting. So it's very helpful to release your hands and just focus on the meeting, right? So that's the device that we want to highlight. This is the first one, AI technology. So when we go to the second, it's about our UVC86 camera, the tracking camera. So about this camera, so we'll get this present tracking mode, and you will say, when you're on stage, the camera will automatically to tracking you as a presenter. So you don't have to do anything. The camera will automatically so tracking you do the daily training and as a professor. And also this camera can give you the multiple intent frame. So just as Amanda just mentioned, it will give everybody a square that show the real face-to-face meeting, even you're online. So that is the very good AI features we want to see in our camera. And then we just take some example how our device is working in the meeting rooms. So this is a typical boardroom, right? And we just use one camera on the front and use our touch panel and the wireless microphone, wireless dongle for presentation. So you will see no wire in the meeting room. So it will be very neat and clean, and also give you full AI features with one single camera. So that is very impressive. And then we'll get more for extra large room, for training room, have more specific scenarios that can using in our devices. That will help you to very easy to design and deployment, because all our cameras is use the Cat 5e. Even I'm a salesman, I can set up a room in 5 or 10 minutes as a demo to show to a customer. So it's very easy to set up and very easy to learn, very easy to deployment. All right, so that is the main specific, more complicated solutions that we want to highlight. Then we'll go to some all-in-one device. I know today's attendees is a lot of from IT companies, have MSPs. So I think the most important things for you guys is easy to deployment and easy to learn and easy to sell. So that's why we give very standard bundle to show you guys about cost effective, about the powerful AI features, about the powerful audio AI features, and also using different scenario. So what's the highlight of this our meeting bars? The first one, I just say the easy deployment. You just use one Ethernet cable, one power cable, and one HDMI cable, plug in and play, and it's one system setup. So if you want the extended microphone, extend your wireless dongle for presentation, we do have that. So at the same time, you don't have to show any cable in the Teams room. So it's very neat and powerful using. And then we'll show the wireless microphone, wireless presentation coverage that can show the coverage, the boardroom, the larger room, different size of room. Then is the AI features. So don't worry, guys. I will show you the live demo later. Like you can say how this AI features looks like. I will just give you some brief introduction: all framing, speak tracking, AI audio, and multi-focus. You will see later. We'll give a live demo, and then it's another all-in-one design cables devices we want to highlight is our meeting board. So with this meeting board, you don't even to buy a monitor in the conference room. So just one device, one Ethernet cable, one power cable, two cables, you can set up a meeting. Set up a meeting room and Teams and enjoy the native Teams experience. Also, it's very cost effective and it's very neat in the conference room. And we got a lot of accessories you can add as a wireless microphone, wireless dongle, and even extended camera to show more powerful abilities in the meeting rooms. And then, as I just said, very easy to set up and very easy, powerful functions that you can use. And then at the same time, so all the Yealink all-in-one device that we intelligent with the AI features that Microsoft now is mostly using meeting rooms. All right, so this meeting board, we say we can use in all the conference room solution because we got extended ETV, we got extended microphone, extended mic camera. That means you can use in every size for small, medium, large room size. You can always use that because we have extended to enhance the abilities. And also for education, we have a specific solution that can use the Microsoft native whiteboard to collaboration. For some enterprise, you can use the share room as a shared open space that can, also for collaboration. Yeah, so that is the all-in-one meeting board that's very easy to sell, easy to easy to deployment. Then it's also one features that Microsoft just released is the share place. So all-in-one, that's the company that's mostly for hot desking, for phone room, and for the executive room that can use the all-in-one. So with a camera, with a touch screen, with a soundbar, charging station. So with one device, you can have plenty of different functionality that can use in the meeting room. All right. So I would just go to the live demo part that you can say more about the functionality in real time.
Hi, my name is Sean Liu, local solution architect based in Dallas, Texas. I'm demonstrating these devices from Customer Experience Center in Dallas. We just opened on June 28th, so literally just 4 months ago. So I'll start with the A24, the team's certified all-in-one devices on Android. So you can see two different interfaces, personal account, team's shared account. It's an all-in-one Android devices with a base charging station, can use for a smartphone. It's also waterproofed, built-in mic, camera, speaker. You're probably wondering where's the camera at. It's actually behind the screen. So when you join the meeting, the camera will pop out automatically like that. End the meeting, it goes back. We make this functionality really obviously to make your customer feel their privacy is being protected. So you can have the calendar, Teams, file, chat, and more option here. And at the front page, you can also leave a note. We can support audio, video, and text. With Teams shared device license, you can just select a time slot and there will be a QR code pop out. You can just use your smartphone to scan the QR code, sign in with your personal account. It will just show at this interface and then you can just have a meeting and go. So this license is used for the hot desking user scenario. So two ways to reserve a spot. You can physically be at the device, scan the QR code, or you can also invite a Teams meeting remotely to this device to select any slot you want. And then your reservation will pop up at the time slot you selected. So this device can also be used as a secondary screen. It's just connect with the USB-A or USB-C port. So one, if it's USB-C, you can connect with your PC and it will charge your PC at the same time. Then you can just use the button at the left corner to share content. We support duplicate and also extended screen. You can also use your finger to control the PowerPoint. Very flexible and straightforward. A simple click to go back to Android Teams interface. And this is A20, the Android bars all-in-one with the electrical shutter, built-in cam, also the mic with the cam built in. So it's an all-in-one Android collaboration bar. So you don't need any extra PC unit, just a bar itself plus a touch panel as a bundle. So the camera has auto framing, speaker tracking, picture-in-picture, small field of view, also multi-focus, 5 AI functionality in total. Let's start from the auto framing. So the camera will frame all the participants it can capture and move to the center position. I'll invite one more friend, and we all get framed and captured to the center. Speaker tracking. So the camera will utilize its built-in mic to detect the voice like that. If you have a speaker talking here, test 1, 2, test 1, 2, you can see the camera move from speaker to speaker. Test 1, 2, test 1, 2. So the camera just will use like 2 seconds to define the speaker and do the transit. You can also see the fade in and fade out. One is small field of view. The camera just focus on the hollow space at the front of this certain area of small field of view. One more thing, pretty cool about this camera is multi-focus. So the cam will digital zoom the participants and do the auto AI cut. So this function can support up to 6 participants in total for max. Then you will have 6 faces at a time to get AI cut. If it's 2, it will be cut like that. Or you can also make some little movement. You will also get framed. So you can fill out the quality of the video, also the audio. I can make some noise. Let my hand pretty hard. Will totally get filtered. Knock the door, you can't hear anything, but just my human voice. So it's not only the simple noise suppression, but it's the true AI noise cancellation. So this meeting bar can also support WPP30, the wireless presentation dongle, can share your content wirelessly, and this dongle can also share the wireless BYOD feature. You just open the device mode, and then you can utilize this MTR and Android device as a peripheral, can support the third-party platform like Zoom, WebEx, or Google Meet, just with your PC. So you can just pair with the bar itself, just add it once. Then you can just plug in with your PC and wait until a green light gets solid, make the pair. It takes about 10 seconds. Then you can just click to share content and clear to stop. This camera can also support another accessory, is a VCM36, the wireless Wi-Fi mic. Voice pickup range is 20 feet. So it's just communicating with the bar by built-in Wi-Fi. Won't affect any signal in your room. It can support 2 at a time for extended. So let's move to the meeting board. So let's jump to meeting board, another Teams certified Android device. It's all-in-one board with a built-in cam, built-in mic, also a speaker. We have 2 versions, 86-inch, 65-inch, also 2 color, dark gray and white. So on the camera wise, the same recipe, just like A20, This board can support auto framing, speaker tracking, multi-focus, also picture-in-picture. So as you can see, the two cameras working together. The camera on the top is actually an accessory camera, optical. We can support 6x optical, also the 12x optical for a customer to flexibly select. So this board is also the all-in-one Android, support the whiteboard function. Let's focus on the 65-inch with the whiteboard. You can use the whiteboard locally or for the virtual meeting. The whiteboard can support multi-touch. We can support 3 writers at the same time. You can also use this side of the pen as an eraser. Something cool about the Teams, they support a laser pen function as well. We can also insert memes for different forms of worksheet. You can just use your fingers to zoom in and zoom out. It's really sensitive and fast. So you can also insert multiple if you want. You can also start a meeting while whiteboarding. So the participants on the far end can also collaborate with you at the same time. And they will all show in the Teams meeting at the front row. So after the meeting, you can just end it and your work file will be automatically saved on the OneDrive. One thing you need to do is assign a Teams account to this board and go to that Teams account OneDrive. You can send it to anyone you want or save it locally afterwards. So with this board, we can support 4 pens in the default package. And also it comes with the wall mount, but the moving card you have to purchase individually. So speaking of accessory, as I said, we can support 2 different versions of the camera. And this board also supports VCM36, the wireless Wi-Fi mic, 2 pairs supported for Macs. You can also support WDB30 wireless dongle for max of 4. You can also get a CTP18 for the touch panel at the accessory too. So right now I'm in the big room with S90, the team certified on Windows devices. So this device can support a dual camera up to 9. I will show you how that works. I can use the touch panel to go to the room control and select camera layout. When I apply the 4-camera layout, it will give you a division of the layout immediately. Or you can also choose the surround layout. Just configure 1 camera as a main camera and the other 3 as a side camera. Again, we can support up to 9 cameras in total. So let's go back to the UVC86, the AI camera.
All right, everyone. So because the time is limited, we can't say more details about. But say in the future, if you want a live demo from service from us, just connect with us, connect to your sales rep. We can arrange a demo for you, arrange a live demo for you as well. So I will go to the very important part is about the commercial part, how you get discount, how you get support in DH channel. So the basic deal registration, you can get more discount from 2 to 6%, okay? And then also we got the headset and SIP phone deal registration as well. Then we just show a lot of Android bar with AI features. So if you buy 5 units more, you will get 200 off each. So it's like 10% margin that you can get from DNH. And then we got just run that's Yealink first purchase promotion in DNH. So if you never buy Yealink video conferencing devices from D&H before. So the first device you purchase, you can enjoy a discount from D&H. So just connect you with your rep and give them what device you want to buy. This 4 device, you can join the discount immediately. All right, so that is we get about the product part and the discount part. So any details, just connect up with us. Then the last part, I think the service always very important in the business. So we'll hand over to Bill Newman, and he will explain the plenty service from Yealink.
Thank you, Kevin. Hello, everyone. So the service and support side are obviously very critical components of any successful partnership or go-to-market strategy. And of course, there's pre-sales and after-sales to consider. On the pre-sales side, with respect to resources, Yealink offers to you the ability to join our partner center, and you'll have lots of additional collateral made available to you, ranging from data sheets to CAD drawings, the configuration tools, so it gives you a good idea of how to approach certain spaces, add accessories. It'll give you a bill of materials for whatever application that you have outlined within the configuration tool. It's a very, very good way to do budgetary quotes. When we start building sophisticated AV experiences, the leverage on the AIs, usually we end up working with a designer of some kind, although it's not so sophisticated that an end user couldn't do it. But once we move into multi-camera environments, potentially third-party DSP, control systems, those kind of things, usually we work side by side with your design staff to make sure that the BOMs are correct, the quotes are correct, the designs are correct based on the application you want to create. We offer, as you saw with Sean's video, live demo services. We have both the facility in Plano. We're looking at a facility in Chicago, another one in New York, and one on the West Coast to be determined. We also have a suite of demo centers in our headquarters office that are staffed basically around the clock. So if you've got a customer who wants to experience the Yealink solution from the far end perspective, then we can certainly make all of that happen. In addition to that, we have a very vibrant demo pool. So if you have a good opportunity, you think it's worth putting some demo gear in place and to do a proof of concept or an evaluation, we can certainly provide all of that equipment. We do ask that they sign a form to either purchase or return when they're finished with the equipment. But it is very, very extensive demo pool, and we very rarely, if ever, have to say no or something isn't available. Frankly, we love putting our gear in place because it almost never comes out. Once they have the experience that our products bring to them, then they, like I said, they almost never come out, which is a very good thing. From a training perspective, we offer to the partner, we offer design training for your designers, training for your field service support. We offer sales training, is really as much training as we can get into the channel. All right. We also offer online courses. We're working to get them certified for CTS credits. We're not quite there yet, but it is a very intensive, very detailed online training course with the Yealink Academy. If you've got an entry-level tech who you want to bring up to speed very quickly, the Yealink Academy is a great place to send them because we teach both Yealink product and conceptual ideas on how to approach different spaces, what are good solutions, and so forth. So it's a very good way to introduce new talent to the AV world. We offer from a post-sales support side a ticketing service that's available 24 hours a day, 5 days a week for email correspondence. We offer a local RMA center and RMA reporting, local RMA distribution, so that if the rare event happens that there is a failed piece of equipment in the field, we can get that out of the field and replaced with a new one in very short order. We will also be providing to the customers, to the channels, additional email addresses that'll route your requests directly to Yealink field application engineers, which then we will translate into a direct connection with your individual and go over whatever application or design or troubleshooting. We want you to know that if you have a tech in the field in the middle of the night who is in deep trouble and needs help, he's got someone to turn to. And we make those resources available essentially around the clock. But in the we offer consulting. I do a lot of this, particularly around network security concepts, both pre and post sales. As I mentioned, device demo services, we have a great deal. We love seeing our equipment go out on POCs, proof of concepts, as well as evals and so forth. We offer the training, the partner center, and the academy. It's pretty detailed. So there's very little need that could arise that we don't have solutions in place for. Quick replacement, as I mentioned, we have a U.S. RMA Center for Advanced Replacements. Depending on the level of interactivity between your organization and Yealink, we could perhaps set you up where you can approve your own RMAs. That does have some training components to it, but at the end of the day, time is money. And if you're out there committed to Yealink and committed to Yealink products, and you want to, and you're willing to get your staff trained, then we want to offer you the ability to approve your own RMAs, so that we can, if you determine there's a bad camera and you're qualified to make that determination, then we, you know, why waste time? Let's get things moving. Yeah. So we have equipment in place really around the country. Now, these are, in some cases, a Yealink facility. In other cases, it may be in a partner facility, both aligned in the AV industry and in some cases not. But it does, there is a great deal of equipment already in place. We can also talk about putting equipment into your particular offices. If you've got a demo space that you want to put some equipment into, please reach out to us and let's have a conversation. I think last year we placed well over 100 systems into various integrator, system integrator offices, so that they would have their own abilities within their own facilities to do demos. Excuse me. The Customer Experience Center, the one key to getting the most out of these things, in my opinion, is to give us a little bit of pre-event information on what it is exactly the customer wants to see. If we have an idea of the workflows or the applications they want to see, we'll tailor the Experience Center and the demo directly to the workflow that you're proposing. For their facility, whether it's a multi-purpose training center or a boardroom or an average meeting room, what have you, whether they want to see BYOD in a native Teams environment or they want to see something else. We can have all of that ready and put together a very impressive demo directly on point to what you want to offer to this customer to resolve their needs. We are located just in Plano, Texas, so flying into DFW or Love Field is a very short commute over to the office. We have had several occasions where we've brought large enterprise customers to the facility and performed demos for them, spent time with them, and then took them out afterward. So we do have a very nice facility available in Plano. And again, we're looking at in 2024, we're going to be expanding that throughout the country. And I think Chicago will be our next city, and then probably New York or Boston on the city after that, and then a West Coast facility as well. Now, I mentioned some additional means of getting support or getting your questions answered. D&H offers support through a Yealink specialist team. We also have a Yealink address. If you send an email to dnh@yealink.com, that will get routed to a series of individuals who are product experts and or a salesperson dedicated to D&H. This way, if it's a business-related question, then those types of folks will respond. If it's a technical related question, it might be myself or perhaps Kevin or one of my other numerous colleagues who will respond to make sure that you get the question you need. And then if we need to, we can take that email over to a real-time conversation or real-time troubleshooting experience so that we get what it is you need to have corrected and or implemented or quoted accomplished. So please, here's an opportunity again to win the Meeting Bar A10 and or gift card. So please take a scan of this and give us your opinions.
Kevin, is there anything you would like to add?
Yeah, I just want to highlight that about our discount specifically in D&H channel. So it's very important for both D&H and Yealink. So you want to buy, just leave your message here, connect with us. We'll give you the discount details and how to operation, and also any technical question about our products, want to test our live on to dev demo, just connect with us. We'll give you full support. Yeah, that's it, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you. We are running close to the top of the hour. If you guys have any questions remaining, please ask them now, because we're going to try to get through some questions really, really quickly. One of the questions that did come up was directed at Amanda. Ashley was trying to get a little bit more information on prerequisite for Enterprise Copilot. She was informed that Dynamics 365 or Salesforce license was required to get access to Enterprise Copilot. Is that true? And if so, go ahead.
Yep, it's limited release right now, but
okay.
So I'm going to put back in here to you, Chris, that you can share. So it's a get ready for Copilot, and it will list out all of the prerequisites. Just keep in mind that with as fast as and as many AI announcements and solutions hit the market, like our products are being updated constantly.
Right.
So this could change and become less restrictive, I'll say, on what the requirements are anytime. So we'll be sure to keep all of these partners posted through you guys, Chris, so that you can let them know as soon as things become more generally available. But I'll be sure to put the link in the chat so that you know exactly what you need to get started.
Yep. And for those of you who are looking into the Copilot videos that Amanda was speaking about, they are available on the resources now. You might have to refresh the page to see them, but if you refresh the page, go into the resources, both the videos that she was talking about are there. The other question we got was around the, I'll make sure I have the product right, the Smart Vision 60 camera. In the little demonstration that was shown, the people that had individual windows were all given their individual names. The question was, where did those names come from? How did the teams know which person should get which name?
That would be the voice recognition feature inherent to Teams. You do have to go into your Teams desktop client and provide a voice sample. If you go to the 3 dots at the top of your Teams client, pull that down under settings, I believe, at least it was under settings, you could read a paragraph under the voice recognition, and then that is giving the teams or your tenant of teams a voice sample. Now, I will note that it is tenant specific. So meaning
Right.
if Chris, say I came to your office, and of course we join one of your meeting rooms and have a meeting, your tenant is not going to recognize my voice.
That makes sense.
Anything that I say will be attributed with the room name. However, it would recognize you if you had given teams a sample.
That's actually great to hear, and I'm glad that it's tenant locked. So again, for privacy purposes, I don't want to be able to. I feel more comfortable submitting a voice sample if it's going to be locked within my group and knowing it's not going to get out there. So that's a great answer there. But with that, there was a lot of great feedback on the giveaway. A lot of people are go ahead and filling out that server right now. If you haven't got a chance, the QR code's still on the screen. We might be able to get that in the resources as well. We'll see. Kind of keep that in the back of your mind here. But we are going to close things out here because we're at the top of the hour. Thank you guys so much for joining us here today. Kevin, Amanda, Bill, thank you so much for your time and your presentations. It was all fantastic. Thank you so much for the knowledge you're able to impart today.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ditch. Thank you,
Thanks for
Microsoft.
the invitation to join. Nice to see everybody.
And we will be back on November 30th at 2 p.m. For the Cisco Meraki Fall Festival. If you haven't got any information on that or you're looking to register for that, head on over to dnh.com to get more information on that. But until then, I hope all you guys have a great afternoon, and take it easy.